Welcome. What you need to hear right now is today's timeless pick a card. Take a deep breath and exhale. Pile 1, we have the compass. Pile 2, magic stream. Pile 3, sacred pool. Take another deep breath and exhale. Timestamps will be in the description box. Pause the video now if you need more time to choose your pile. See what your pile. Welcome, pile 1. If you chose the compass, this is going to be your reading. This is what you need to hear right now. Before we move into the reading, just reminding everyone that I do have an Etsy store with healing bracelets, real gold, real gemstones. Very soon I'm going to be adding some silver bracelets as well. Each one of them has healing properties and they are explained in the description of each on Etsy. There's a special discount code that I'm offering in the description box. I generally let everyone know here on the community page when I'm restocking because I don't always have tons of stock. So if you're interested in knowing about the stock, you can subscribe to the channel and always check the community page to see when we're restocking. You can also go follow on Etsy. Okay. And of course, look at the reviews, etc. Okay, so pile number 1, compass. A sense of direction is a pick a card that just came to mind. If you haven't watched that pick a card, I do encourage you to do so because I feel there is a message there for you. Or maybe rewatch that pick a card if you have already, because something about that message needs to be reiterated for some reason, or you need to be reminded of the message. Maybe you didn't finish watching it. If you did, I will leave that pick a card as a suggestion here at the top in one of those little white rectangles with the title of the video, and you can just click on it. Anyway, let's get into today's reading. The number 50 could be relevant to you, as well as number 5. 5 is about change, and with the compass being here in a sense of direction, I'm seeing a change in direction for you. A change in direction for you. I am seeing a frog, so that may be significant for you. It may have some significance in your life. I did see a frog the other day, so maybe if you see a frog, that is an extra confirmation that this is your pile. But change is happening. Okay, I'm seeing change happening for you, and you need to hear something about this change. You need to hear something about this change. Now, I am going to shuffle one of these here, which was, the rest is all pre-shuffled, but, this one is the only one I'm going to shuffle on camera, mainly because I do think it's aesthetic to shuffle these round cards for some reason. I really like it. And I don't really like to be shuffling throughout the reading because I like to focus on the message, but let's do this one. Okay. Please give me, that's 2. So I just want 1. When we get 1 is our sign that that's where we stop. Okay, this one turned around. The mirror. Okay. So something or someone is mirroring something back to you, or the universe is mirroring something to you. It's time for you to change. The universe is showing you that change is inevitable. That is what I'm interpreting here. Now, I have this, I'm not using this deck today, but we have a frog in here. And for some reason, I'm being called to use and to look at the message here. The frog message, for some reason. I just want to read it to you guys. Okay, clearing, cleansing, and healing. Okay, so this change of direction has something to do with the fact that you have cleared, cleansed, or healed something, or you are in this process of clear, cleansing, and healing. You could be crying a lot. And it says the frog and the water element are almost inseparable. The frog spends its first months of life entirely within this healing element and then emerges to rest on land. But no matter how earthly the frog becomes, its need for cleansing and rejuvenation is regular. So the word rejuvenation is sticking out to me here. So I'm feeling that there's a change here, and you are going to be rejuvenating as you change. Change will be rejuvenating to you. Frogs tend to become overworked and undernourished. Maybe you are overworked and undernourished, and the universe is mirroring this back to you by way of symptoms, maybe a stress-related illness, or maybe you look at yourself in the mirror and you're looking tired, or your skin may be pale, or you may not like how your body looks, and this has all to do with your health, and the universe is mirroring this back to you. So the mirror, when you look at yourself in the mirror, maybe you don't like what you see, and that is because you could be very tired, overwhelmed, overworked, drained. I'm seeing burnout, okay? And something needs to change here. You really need to nourish yourself. You need to maybe tone down a little bit how much you're working, because it could be too much. And sometimes less is more, and smart, not hard. If you know, there's a sense here that doing too much doesn't necessarily lead to productivity. And if your health is suffering as a consequence, then you know, in the long term, how productive can you be if your health is going down? So your health needs to be at the forefront, needs to be your priority right now. So it's vital that such sensitive creatures practice self-care. Yeah, you need to practice self-care right now. That is a change in direction that you need. It's very simple, but it's going to yield a lot of really great results. So this card serves as a reminder. Yeah, you need to be reminded of something. Did I say something about being reminded of something? That water helps us cleanse, forgive, and release. So maybe drinking a lot of water and crying is a good thing for you. Time to dive in. Okay, and dive. Maybe you need to dive in the ocean, dive in a lake, dive in a pool. Something about diving that will be very cleansing. Frogs aren't meant to carry a heavy load. You are not meant to carry this heavy load. There is no need. There is just no need, you know, for you to do this all alone. Yeah, you could really be feeling like you're running on empty, depleted, and that's because you're not taking good care of yourself. You are. And there's this thing I saw the other day, and I want to share it with you. And it's so interesting how these things come to me before readings, because I meant to share, and I come across this information because I meant to share it, obviously. So there's something about the blue mind theory. But a blue mind, something about blue mind, is spending time around water is what's being reiterated here, because when it says to bring yourself into balance, you need to spend time near a lake, a river, the ocean, or a bathhouse, like bathtub or shower or something where there's water, and having your body in water is going to help you clear your energy and regain enthusiasm for life. So there's this thing where you ask people, where do you have your best memories? Where have you been the happiest? And in terms of location, now we're not talking about a specific city or anything, just location. Where are you happier? And a lot of people answered near water, or in a pool, or in the ocean, or in a lake. And so there's a reason for that. And so there's this blue mind theory, and it says, I'm going to read it directly, okay? It says, the mildly meditative state people fall into when they are near, in, under, or on water. Water positively affects the mind and body, and the blue mind theory provides ways people can use water to improve their well-being. And blue mind is the term used to describe the state of water-associated peace. And that's what makes people happy, peace. So people can find peace around bodies of water. And so that's what you're being invited to do. And that is the explanation why. I could put it in my own words because I've used this before, but I just found it so interesting that this is something that is being confirmed. It helps everyone. So by being in, on, under, around water, helps you get into a meditative state naturally without having to, do a whole song and dance around it. Like, you don't, you naturally slip into meditation. It happens to me when I'm in the ocean. It always has. So I can relate to that. And it happens to me when I go for a walk as well. But normally especially if I walk near the ocean. Okay, because look, next we have the spark. So something about spending time in water, around water, is going to spark something within you. It's going to spark a change. Or this will be that spark that will change everything. I know it sounds like something very simple, but again, I feel like this channel is always taking you guys back to the simple things. Just because as a society, we've come to believe that we need very complex things to be happy, when I know that a lot of you are come to this channel to you're just looking to reclaim your happiness. Even more than all the things we talk about, like reclaiming your power and reclaiming this and that, happiness. That's what I feel in this pile. That's all you want, is to feel happy. And to feel happy, there needs to be a sense of peace. It is associated. Peace, or the feeling of peace, is, I would say, like maybe one step before this feeling of happiness, and it's one more of those steps in the vibration spectrum of fear to joy, or fear to love, fear to God, whatever you or fear and happiness, right? Fear being here, down here on this end of the spectrum, and joy being here and next to God and love, and that those ultimate high vibrational feelings. But we have all these steps to get here, right? We start with fear, which is connected to anxiety, depression, shame, guilt, and then we have this feeling of contentment, which is right here in the middle. But then you unlock all these other stages until you get to happiness. And so peace is one of these, forgiveness is another, compassion is another, and peace is right around up here, right? And so to be able to feel joy and happiness and love, you need to be able to feel peace first, right? And so there's something about this reading and this change in direction and spending time near water and nourishing yourself that is connected to this feeling of peace that will spark that last step until you get to happiness and joy and ultimate fulfillment, because that's what fulfillment is. I mean, a lot of you will have your own idea of what success means, but more times than not, people who get to those so-called success levels of what society dictates that success is. Actually, I'm not going to say that society dictates that. I don't think that, but you know what I mean, like how it's dictated that success looks a certain way. When we actually look like, okay, what makes us happy, then we can redefine what success truly is. So the number 34 could be relevant to you, the number 7 as well. And again, happiness could be a myriad of things. Yes, money can buy a few things that can make you happy, but if you can't sustain that happiness with your connection to yourself, your soul, to other people, to nature, then, certain things money can buy just become futile and useless. And again, we seem to measure happiness with maybe traveling and being in a certain place, when we have those places around us, but we don't use them. And then we save all this money, or we spend all this money traveling to places where we can find, things that, they make us happy, but we could find them first where we live, just something like that. There's always places, right, without having to spend any money at all. And sometimes the best things, I don't know why I'm being called to share all this, but pores, right? Your skin pores, facial pores. When you use a lot of makeup and when you age and all of that, happens is your pores get looser, there's all these pore cream treatments and all these masks and all that you can do. And, when sometimes the simplest thing you can do for your pores is just, dip your face in ice cold water, which, weirdly so also has great benefits for your dopamine levels, or such as an ice bath. which, you know, sounds like suffering in the beginning. And of course, if you can't do that, some people are not going to be able to do it, but check with your doctor, check, you know, know your body, of course. But, you know, most people would be fairly okay by dipping their whole face in ice water and getting the benefits, not only the beauty benefits, but also the hormonal benefits from doing such a simple thing, right? And most of us will have access to, if you're watching this video, you will have access to ice and you will have access to water. And, you know, where water is water is much more of a precious commodity than we give it credit, because again, we're going back to water and ice and all of this. Oh my gosh, like, how does it all come down to water again? We sometimes fail to be grateful for such a simple thing, but yet so precious, that keeps us alive, that is water, okay? And it doesn't only physically keep us alive, it keeps our mind alive, our thoughts alive, our emotions alive, our well-being alive, our peace and nourishment alive, okay? So again, back to the basics. Simple, 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 simple. And I keep shuffling this deck. If you're hearing the sound of it, sorry guys, it's just, sometimes I channel in all these weird ways. Yeah, look at that. That's very synchronistic. And, you know, I didn't know this was there. And we're talking about water. I didn't know I was going to pick up that frog thing there. The mirror and how water, oh, this looks like water too. This looks like the ocean. When the sun hits the ocean, look at that. Yeah. The winter ocean, something about you know how the ocean looks silver in the winter when the sun hits the ocean? Well, at least where I live, it has a silvery color in the, I don't know if it's the effect of the sky, but it's not just the sky. Sometimes the sky is blue and it still has this silvery like effect with the sun when the sun hits the ocean in the winter. So to me, this is saying, even if it's winter where you are, go dip your feet in the ocean. Even just dipping your feet has had, for me, one of the most powerful effects. Like, I felt it instantly. Very recently, I was on a hike, and we came to the shore. We found a little beach. We came to the shore, and I dipped my feet, and it was one of the most, I can't describe it. It was as if in those few seconds when I dipped my feet, it was almost instant. It was like my whole body, I was being massaged. So we hold a lot of tension within us, and when we ground our feet on soil, and when we go and we dip it in the ocean on top of that, it's such like an actual discharge. It's called grounding, and it's an actual discharge, you know, and it felt so good, it made me want to cry. So yeah, so maybe this is something to think about. Healing with water, healing by crying. There's a lot that you can release by crying. There's a lot that you can release around being around water and soil. I'm seeing now, look at this. It looks like the sand. So something about a beach as well. And where there's the ocean, there's a beach. Not always sand. Not always a sandy beach, but you're going through a time of immense personal development right now. And you could be feeling very sensitive, dealing with feelings of shame, needing to forgive yourself or others. Your healing in itself and working on healing is your superpower right now. You're cleansing. I'm seeing so much about cleansing and cleansing and cleansing here. Softness and releasing the pain. And some self-doubt. You may be dealing with self-doubt that is connected to generational trauma here. And there's someone you may need to forgive because they didn't know any better. Even forgive yourself for following doing things based on what you learned that was passed on from a higher generation or a generation before your own, okay? You are meant to cleanse this generational trauma. It's on you. So whatever you do to heal yourself, you will be healing generations of trauma before you and after you as well. Okay, in your family and for those around you as well. So it's like you have this very important mission that is a very healing mission on earth as well. So we have the Knight of Voices. You could have Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius in your chart. Something about air travel is coming up here, air travel and communication. We have the Seven of Emotions, Seven of Cups. You could be feeling a little bit confused right now or having very vivid dreams. You could be fantasizing about a change. Here you could be fantasizing about change. You could be confused about what direction to take because there could be many options, many things you could do, many ways you could go about this. Maybe you have many talents or many options or many opportunities coming your way. Based on the talents and skills that you have, you may be feeling a little bit confused and not knowing how to go, where to go, what to do. But you know that change, something has sparked change within you. And this may involve air travel somehow. And the universe is mirroring something back to you. And again, we have all this water here. So cleansing your emotions will help you become clearer about what it is you want to do and how it is you need to go about. Because right now, the Eight of Voices, Eight of Swords, you seem to be feeling a little bit stuck in your mind, maybe overthinking, or stuck in the trauma of the past or the pain in the past. And so spending time around water, crying, allowing yourself to cry, is going to release you from this mental prison. I'm seeing a mental prison that has been very, very burdensome with the 10 of, look at this, like you're carrying the weight of 10 generations on your back. And 10 generations, guys, that is a lot. That is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 generations is like, that is like what, 1,000 years? 100 years? I don't even know, guys, but it's many. It's like you're still carrying this, but the difference is you've learned to carry it differently, but still, because they're carrying it on their back and you're carrying it next to you. But it's still, there's no need, okay? There's no need for this. Because this is just, give me a second. This fell on the floor. What this is doing is just creating stress and anxiety and sleepless nights. And obsessive thinking, overthinking, worrying. I see a lot of worry, low vibrational thinking, feeling stuck. And the reason why you're stuck may surprise you, and it has nothing to do with other people around you. The reason why you're stuck is because of something that was passed on to you generation and generation and generation to generation. And so you're meant to break and spark the change. You're the one meant to do this. If you don't do it, no one else is going to do it. So yeah, it's like the pressure is on you, but you need to take the pressure off yourself before you can take on this pressure, if that makes sense, okay? Now let's see. We have the Artist. Okay, you are someone who is very creative, maybe more creative than the people before you. And you're meant to come up with a creative way of doing this. There's something about you that's very inspiring, and you would find inspiration in people who are very artistic, spending time around people who are creative and artistic themselves. Maybe painting would get you into a meditative zone where you could, even if you're not painting anything special, something about being in that state of flow and creation would get you out of this anxiety. So doing something artistic, even if it's not your normal go-to, would be something that would unblock this other level of healing and change and nourishing, where there would be a spark that would be lit inside of you to create something else, even if your main thing is not painting. For others of you, you are a painter, and this is just a confirmation. Let's see what your last card is here, and we have why. So you have a lot of questions, you don't understand why, and why with the number 31 there, I'm thinking, Why, you may be asking yourself, why did I have to go through all these struggles? Why are things, why? And the answers to your questions, to the questions that would solve these challenges. Because I see you are someone who takes a lot on your own back, and you don't understand why other people don't help, or why you're the one doing this, or why you keep doing this, or why life is so hard, or why are you dealing with so many challenges. And so the answer is because you're not allowing yourself enough time to heal, to nourish yourself. You're not allowing yourself to do things that make you happy. You're not allowing yourself to change. You are not allowing yourself to follow that spark of inspiration. You may be not allowing yourself to travel or to go where you want to go. And in keeping yourself stuck and not allowing yourself to heal is why you deal with so many challenges, is why certain things feel blocked to you. And so it's really up to you to decide if you want to change what has been, and if you want to heal, and if you want to truly soar and evolve, or if you want to stay the way you are. And so that is really entirely up to you. I hope this reading was helpful, pile number 1. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. Thank you for all your likes. Thank you for subscribing, sharing these videos, commenting, saving the video. It really helps the channel, and it helps me bring you more. Extra content is on Patreon, TikTok, YouTube members area. Information for that is in the description box. If you'd like a private reading, a energy healing, or a life purpose report, you can find my email in the description box. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. Bless you all. See you sometime soon. Bye. Till next time. Welcome, pile 2. If you chose this card, the Magic Stream, this is your reading. This is what you need to hear right now. Before I move into your reading, just a reminder, I do have an Etsy store with healing bracelets, natural semi-precious gemstones, and real gold. Information for that is in the description box with a special discount code. Now, the number 18 may be relevant to you, as well as the number 9. Something about water is very important here, so I feel that you may have felt connected to pile number 1 as well. If you did, go ahead and go watch pile number 1. I do feel it's connected. Magic Stream, something about a waterfall could be relevant to you, something about a stork. I'm also seeing the Netherlands, Holland. I am seeing China for some reason. I am seeing Egypt as well. Wow. Very different places, but somehow all connected either to you or this reading, or at least one of these places. A magic stream, the flow, your emotions, a stream of emotions, a flow of emotions. Allow your emotions to flow. Allow the tears to flow. Because that magical stream of tears, or that stream of tears, is going to bring you magic. Okay, something about cleansing your emotions. Now, I'm going to shuffle only one card for this reading, as I have pre-shuffled all others. Okay, the 18, number 18 could be relevant to you. Something about the number 8 as well. Something about Leo season, August, the first 3 weeks of August. I'm also seeing the number 9, September. I'm seeing an ending of a cycle. Okay, so let's see. Just taking the one that flipped right side up, the box. It's time to unbox yourself. Rather than think outside the box, first of all, get outside the box, then think as if there is no box. Because right now it seems like you're boxed in for some reason. The number, oh, wait a second, 44 could be relevant to you. 44 means your archangels are all around you. 4 plus 4 is also an 8. So something about, okay, the reason why you're boxing yourself in is because you are, like, there's an over worry around material considerations and worries. There seems like you're too worried. I don't know if that's a thing, to be too worried about. It's placing too much worry over material, prosperity, stability, that kind of thing. And you've boxed yourself in because there's been too much of an emphasis on that. And it seems like you're meant to close that cycle, because the reason why you're not evolving financially or prosperity-wise is because you're too focused on it, too worried about it. You're putting too much negative energy on it. Because if you're worried about it, if you are obsessed about it, there's an over-focus on it, it means that you're feeling like there's a lack, and that feeling that there's lack, even if there is lack, is creating more lack. So it's like you need to be in the state of flow of abundance, as knowing that abundance is coming your way, meaning that then you don't have to be so in the state of worry, because the state of worry is boxing you in, and it is actually keeping you prisoner of being able to even enjoy the prosperity or identify it or acknowledge it when it comes your way. It's like it's never enough. And so you keep yourself boxed in and boxed in and boxed in, day out with routines. But are you really happy? What are you containing? How much are you containing to keep this going? Is it draining you? Is it draining you? I just heard draining. Yeah, it seems like you're coming to this crossroads and you're having to make a choice here. The number 30 could be relevant. The number 3, you need to make a choice. Left or right? The left choice seems to be much of the same of whatever's going on around here, because it's the same colors. But then you have purple, which is connected to spirit and the soul and your soul expansion and psychic abilities and the mysteries of life, the unseen, the unknown, the mysterious. And it seems like you're feeling this inkling to tap into the unseen. It's like it's already a part of who you are, but you haven't tapped into it yet. But you need to make a conscious choice of choosing if you're going to embrace your soul, your psychic side that is there, or if you're going to just keep doing the things the same way and getting the same results. Because the number 30, 3 plus 0 is a 3. 3 is about progress. It seems like it's time to make progress and to close a cycle of stagnation and boxing yourself in. The number 3 here, Mercury, is connected to Gemini. I would say it's connected to Virgo as well. But I'm seeing more Gemini here. And making a choice between two things. Okay. So, let's get our... Yeah, Mercury, look at that. Now we have Mercury. Something about communication is important here. Your thoughts, words, information, processing information. Doing things the same way and expecting different results. There needs to be a way... Okay. The change here in direction, or the closing of the cycle, is about a way of thinking and a way of communicating. How have you boxed yourself in mentally? How do you box yourself in every time you communicate or don't communicate? Maybe there's a need to communicate more so you can get out of that box. Or the way you communicate, you need to think like there is no box when it comes to communication. Just forget about how everyone else does things, how everyone else has ever done things. If you would write a dissertation about what you believe about life, what you want life to be, how you think life should be, how you think relationships should be, how you think the world should be, you're going to notice that there's a discrepancy between, all these other blueprints out there. And you actually have your own, and you can create one for yourself. You don't have to follow other blueprints. Because then, what is right for you and your tribe will find you. But again, if it's following some other narrative, by all means, then if that's what makes you happy, if that is what's going to bring you the magic, then, maybe staying in the box is your thing, and maybe that is what truly makes you happy. and what truly you're intended to do. But I don't feel that is the case for you, especially because this pile is connected to pile number 1. But anyway, yeah. And as I said that, you're meant to change. You're not meant to stay the same with this death energy. You're going through some kind of a death and a rebirth process. You could have Scorpio and Gemini in your chart. The number 13 could be relevant, the number 4. So, and in pile 1, we have the number 31, which is challenges. And those challenges were connected to too many restrictions, too many routines. And I'm seeing the same thing here. Death to the routines, a change in the routines is very needed and necessary to get that magic stream going. So there needs to be a conscious choice made to how you're thinking about your routines and how you've boxed yourself in with certain routines. There needs to be a change and a transformation, which, by the way, energetically, you're already undergoing, which is why you're watching this pile. Ace of Swords. So yeah, you've already undergone, you're already going through this change. You already felt it energetically, and you know this, but you may be in denial of what you already know and see and where your intuition is guiding you. Yeah, because of ego, because of how things are done in the material world, because how you've always done things, because how you've been conditioned to doing things is keeping you stuck. Is taking over you, has taken control over you. And you've seen the truth about this, but seeing the truth is just the first step. Now you need the other steps of how to get this done, right? So then you tap into yourself, you write that dissertation about what you feel life should be, how you feel life should look like. Get rid of all religions and what they're telling you. I'm not telling you to do that. You can do this if you want. Of course, you have your free will. You can click off this video and tell me it's all rubbish. Or you can tell me, no, I love my religion and my religion makes me happy, whatever. Great, then keep following that. But if there's something that's keeping you stuck away from feeling fulfilled and in your soul, on a soul level where you could progress, where you could get outside of this boxing yourself in, where you could truly expand into that magical stream, then check in with yourself and ask yourself, what would make you happy? What would be a life in which I would be happy? And write about it, you know? And then read what you wrote. See if it makes sense. After all, you wrote it, right? So it's not me telling you what a happy life looks like. Muse of emotions, you could have Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio in your chart. Okay, you could have Capricorn in your chart, or you could be dealing with someone who has these signs in their chart. Now, what are you keeping to yourself and not sharing? You're not being vulnerable. Something about not being vulnerable is keeping you stuck and boxed in. It's like you don't allow your feelings to express themselves. Because hero, heroine, you always want to be the hero. And so you will stuff down your feelings so you can be someone's hero. Because that feels like it empowers you in some way. When in all truth, the shadow aspect of this is that it's a form of escapism. And it's a false sense of fulfillment. Because it's not bringing you true happiness. It's standing in the way between you and happiness. It gives you a sense of worldly, toxic fulfillment. Now, there could be someone in your life who is doing this. And the reason why they're stuck and what they need to change, and the reason why they're not vulnerable, is because they attribute fulfillment to things that are what it looks like, how they come across. And so where they're not truly fulfilled within that, their ego is, if that makes sense. Okay, so this could be someone you're dealing with. But what you're being called to is a new life. The number 39 and the number 3 could be relevant to you. You're being called to really evolve, to take the next step, to step into a new dimension, to close the cycle, and to make a choice to step into this new life. And look how that door on the right there signifies the future, by the way, because it's on the right. Like we're coming from here to there, and look how the new life is in purple. So it's like the choice you need to make is between the life you have now and a new life. And that is the secret to unlocking or getting out of feeling boxed in and truly being emotionally fulfilled. Now, this new life could be tied to some message that is in pile number 1. Okay? There will be more tidbits about what this new life would look like, very possibly. And possibly even in pile number 3, because pile number 3 is about water, because it's the sacred pool as well. I'm just looking at the pile number 3's card here. So again, I think in your case, pile 2, all 3 piles are connected. So you may want to watch pile 3 to see what this new life is about, because I feel pile 3 is going to talk about this new life. Okay, that was your reading. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. Thank you for all your likes. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. It really helps the channel. It helps me bring you more of this content. And, you know, if you want to know when future uploads will be, don't forget to, or remember to press the bell, the notification bell. Extra content is on Patreon, TikTok, YouTube members area. Information for that is in the description box. If you want to watch this video again, save it. If you feel someone would benefit from the information here, share the video. If you want a reading from me, energy healing, or life purpose report, you can find my email in the description box, and discount on these beautiful bracelets, healing bracelets. You can find that in the link in the description box. Bless you all. See you sometime soon. Bye. Till next time. Welcome. Last but not least, pile 3. This is your reading if you chose the sacred pool. This is what you need to hear right now before we move into a reading. Let me just mention my new Etsy store with the healing real gemstone, semi-precious stone bracelets with real gold. They're all healing bracelets. The purpose of their healing is all in the description box, where I have them listed on Etsy, and there's a special discount code in the description box for all you guys. Okay, so what do you need to hear right now, pile number 3? The number 47 could be relevant to you, as well as the number 11. Okay, in what shape or form, I do not know. That will be personal to each one of you. I'm seeing November. I am seeing the 11th of a month. I am seeing 47 years old, 11 years old, 11 days, 47 days, 11. I'm also seeing Scorpio and Sagittarius. I feel you may have felt connected to the other 2 piles as well. I feel there's messages in both pile 1 and 2 for you guys. That's been happening a lot here on the channel. Anyway, I've pre-shuffled all the cards except for this one that I'm going to shuffle here on camera, because I like to give you some of the aesthetic without it being all the time shuffling, you know. Oof. Oh, that's too much. I just want 1. When we get the 1, we're going to know that's the card. And it's going to have to flip like this, with the artwork up, facing upward. Okay. Ooh, that's too many again. Oh my good. Okay. We have 2. That's too many, so we're going to keep shuffling. Oh, almost flipped. Right side up. Oh. Okay, the Lover and the Swan, and this looks like a lake, so something about Swan Lake could be relevant to you. Swans and lakes, lakes and ducks. A lot of parks where people take their kitties. I remember there was this one park I used to take my daughter that had a pair of swans, at least 2 swans in the lake. So we have the Lover, and swans are connected to higher level soulmates, twin flames. The number, but we only see 1 swan here, so you could be feeling lonely on a twin flame journey. The number, wait a second, 15, 17 could be relevant. And the number 17 is also connected to soulmates, twin flames. So this is a confirmation for those of you who have been seeing the number 17, and we did get the number 11, which is again soulmates. 17 and 11, very connected to soulmates. 17 is 1 plus a 7 is also an 8. So something about the infinity loop. It's like no matter how many lifetimes, no matter if you're apart physically, it's like you're always connected. And this is your lover. This is your soul lover, your spiritual lover. Something about a lover or love or a love journey that you see as sacred, the sacred lover, your sacred lover. Okay. A pool of emotions stirs up your emotions like no one else. Stirs up your emotions like no one else. So this is something about love, this reading here. Okay, something about the, not a lover, it's about the lover. And yeah, this journey brings you peaks of joy, but when you get peaks of joy, you also get the opposite. You're meant to feel the full spectrum, and it's not a bad thing. It's part of being human. It's part of the soul experience to feel peaks of joy, peaks of sadness. All of that is part of it, and it's necessary. The number 33 there, I see both you and this lover, the lover, your one. You're both connected to the Ascended Masters. You could be born on the 17th, the 11th, the 12th, the 20th, the 30th, the 6th, or the 8th, okay? And something about these numbers are associated to an immense amount of strength and stoicism. It's like you two are two people capable of withstanding what most people would not be able to withstand. But something about being around this person brings you peaks of joy. And the two of you are very evolved and spiritual people. You're very evolved souls. And the number 6, there is a lot of love here. There's a lot of abundance between you. And you do really spark the joy in each other. And passion with that red there, that red thread. So I'm seeing a red thread of passion between the two of you, and joy and passion, love, and it's a very sacred connection. You both see this as sacred. I wouldn't be surprised if both of you are Ascended Masters, like really, really, really spiritually evolved souls. Like whether you do this professionally or not, you're both spiritual teachers. People learn a lot from you, or they ask you for advice, or they're very inspired by you. Okay, and together you would be very inspiring as a couple, is what I'm seeing here as well. All right. There could be huge differences between the two of you, like age gaps ranging from 8 to 11 to 17 to 33 years, maybe even 47. I know that's a stretch. But that's what I'm seeing here, guys. Those are the numbers that I'm seeing here. It happens often. But it doesn't have to be. That's just extra confirmation for some of you. Sorry, I keep shuffling this deck because I'm channeling this way today. So please don't, I hope you don't get... we have Aries, so you could have Aries in your chart. This person could have Aries in their chart. There's something that activates you or activates this person. You activate each other. You dare each other. You make each other braver. You make each other fiercer, more confident, more assertive. It's like being in touch with each other sets you off on your individual missions. You could be dealing with someone who is bossy, or maybe you're the bossy one. Maybe you are a feminine with a very masculine energy where you feel like you are the one who is like not chasing, but the starter, the firecracker, the one who took initiative, or maybe your person did. But there's something very, you spark each other's courage. you spark courage in each other. You spark each other's confidence and sensuality and sense of taking action, and being in contact with each other really activates you guys to get things done and to really take the lead in your lives. But maybe even if you're the feminine energy, maybe you're the one taking the lead if you have the Aries energy, or maybe this person is if they have the Aries energy. I feel the feminine energy here has the Aries energy and is taking, and is the one who follows, who takes action from the heart space, which is the definition of courage. And something about the feminine's courage inspires the masculine energy here in this love, sacred soulful love connection, where you experience peaks of joy with each other. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Father. So someone here could be a father. We have the Queen of Inspiration. Again, strong Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy. And you know, Leo is very connected to the energy of courage because it is the heart space. It is taking action from the heart space, which is the definition of courage. Being courageous. I see the feminine energy being very inspiring to the masculine energy here. And the masculine energy could be a little bit in their feminine energy, not taking much action, where the feminine feels the need to do that to balance things out. And that is just a phase, by the way, and it's something you're teaching each other. The feminine is teaching the masculine about masculine energy, and the masculine energy is teaching this feminine about feminine energy. That is very interesting. There's a connection maybe to Egypt here. 9 of emotions. This loving connection is very fulfilling to both of you. It's like a wish fulfillment. That's how you see each other. Because of each other, you have awakened. Your souls have awakened. Maybe one of you before the other. Scorpio energy, one of you could be having here an awakening. Some of you had a Kundalini awakening where this sparked a lot of passion in you and a lot of physical sensations and sensual sensations as well. The Tower. You both showed up in each other's lives, or you will, by surprise, unexpectedly, in a very unorthodox, unexpected, surprising, utopian, groundbreaking, what's the other word for it? Like futuristic almost way, like never before you've heard a story like this, is how I see. This could have been an epiphany or something very sudden, unexpected, out of the blue, surprising, a surprising way this happened. Could have been in a dream or something, or just in a very unusual, the word is unusual way, but you do bring a lot of joy to each other. Or this is something that is future oriented for some of you. This is what's going to happen for you. And so they want you to know that this is the case. You're going to be very, very happy. Something about the sun, you are each other's sunshine, you are each other's inspiration, or this is an energy coming to you and you're going to be awakening, or the reason why you are in each other's life is to bring each other joy, is to help each other grow and succeed and be stable and confident and courageous. Something about August is important. And we have the sun here, and next to the sun, next to the Tower, the sun also could indicate a pregnancy, so there could be an unexpected pregnancy coming from this loving union here, maybe in the future, maybe now. Take it as it resonates. Where there could be a male child being born. We have the bully here, so it's almost like this connection is going to push away all the bullies in your life. Like anyone who's ever bullied you, it's going to seem like nothing happened. This person is going to overshadow all those bullies, even the bully in your mind. Now, we have, it's written, highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. So something about being in contact with this person is really helping you confront these inner fears and the bully inside of you, and transmuting that negative into positive energy. It's going to be very surprising to you because you do experience a lot of deep fears behind, or a lot of people you've come across have, they conceal a lot of deep fears behind verbal and physical abuse. And it's like you're going to see through these people with the help of this loving connection here. You're going to see how people are supposed to treat people or something like that. But something about being in contact with this person is going to, like the sun coming through those clouds there, or you are that to this person. I see it's a vice versa thing. And something about you being in this person's life or this person being in your life is you're going to make each other more flexible. So however you are both stubborn, you're going to help the other be more flexible, because a lot of the stubbornness is connected to the fact that there is an inner bully, or there were bullies that were dealt with in the past, and defense mechanism that arose from those interactions that now are going to be brought down, because we have the number 19 twice here. I just noticed, so 1919 could be an important number to you, as well as the number 1. And then we have 1 here, 1 there, 11. So we have 11, 11, twin flame. So this may be your very confirmation that you are on a twin flame journey, or you will be very soon awakening to it, or confirming that this person on your mind is the person that is your twin flame. And because you're going to know, because it was very unexpected, it was meant to infuse your life with joy, with the highest vibration of them all. And, you know, the closest thing to joy, to love, is joy. So it is the highest vibration of love and passion and connection that you will ever experience. And so you're being invited to be flexible about this as well, and to even review why is it that you're still listening to the bully inside you, or the bully that was in your life 20 or 30 or 40 years ago. And how did that bully crystallize certain behaviors in you? And when there is no bully these days, all you have in front of you is a beautiful person who just wants to bring you happiness and grow with you and allow you to grow. Maybe you were never expecting such a person to come into your life, but here they are. And be flexible. Or this is going to be future-oriented, happening for you very soon. So if you were losing hope, maybe this is the message to restore your hope, and to tell you and show you and let you know that this is coming your way, to not lose hope. Pile 3, that was your reading. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. Thank you for all your likes. Thank you for sharing these videos, commenting, subscribing. It really helps the channel, and it helps me bring you more. If you hit the bell for notifications, you will be notified of future uploads on the channel. You can save the video if you want to watch it later. Share this video with someone you feel may need this message. Extra content is on Patreon, TikTok, YouTube members area. Information for that is in the description box. For the bracelets, you have a special discount code in the description box. And if you want a reading, an energy healing session, or a life purpose report from me, you can find my email in the description box. Bless you all. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. Bye. See you soon.